So, you've started a new business and just finished setting up a company. Well, first off, congratulations! You're a CEO of a company now and it's time to make some freaking good money. But now you're probably thinking about what happens next. What do I do now? How do I get started? So don't worry, let me tell you what to do next. Hey guys, it's your friendly neighborhood taxman back with another video to guide you through all things business and tax. In today's video, I want to talk about all the steps that come after once you've set up a company. Once the company is set up, you need to set up all your tax registrations, such as the ABN, GST and PAYG withholding. So the ABN and tax file number is the most important thing a company needs to allow the ATO to identify the company when it comes to its taxes. Without these registrations, you can't effectively trade or lodge your taxes. You also need to look into registering your business for GST, which is goods and services tax, especially if you believe you'll turn over 75K. So if you're planning to employ yourself or any employees, you must register for wages tax, also known as PAYG withholding. You can do this on the online services for business ATO website. But what about your business bank account and how are you going to manage your income and expenses? So here are a few suggestions on the next steps you should be taking after you set up your company and the tax registrations. First things first, do you have a business bank account? If not, it's best you get onto that. You can start making some money and pay some bills using a business bank account. At Box Advisory Services, we always recommend using Airwallex because it has pretty decent features. For example, you can set up a bank account all around the world and have multiple virtual debit cards for each of your employees. And the best part, you can do it all online. So you can't use the lockdown as an excuse to not get the ball rolling. While we're on the banking side of things, you may also want to look into getting a business credit card. Business credit cards are great to give your business more liquidity and rack up those juicy points for your next holiday trip to Bahamas. But this business stop comes with a big cautionary warning. Don't spend to the point that you've left with a huge credit card bill that you can't afford to pay off. This brings us to our next point. Always keep tabs on your company's financial position. Understanding where you stand financially can be simplified by looking into your company's financial statements, your company's assets and liabilities, and ultimately define your financial health and performance. To make this kind of financial analysis a bit easier, you also want to set up with an accounting software such as Xero, QuickBooks or MRB. It will help you track your income and expenses, invoice your clients, pay your employees, pay your taxes, and pay your bills. So it's super important part of understanding the entire story of your finances. Not having an accounting software is like flying a plane blind. You'll likely crash and burn. Plus, it's 2021, guys. It's time to get rid of the old school ledgers and Excel spreadsheets and start using fantastic cloud-based solutions out there. And I get it, it could be quite overwhelming trying to decide which software is best for your company's circumstance. So I've put together a video comparing Xero with MRB and QuickBooks. Make sure to check it out up here. Another important aspect of your business and something you have to do if you have employees is set up your single touch payroll. With STP, you report your employees' payroll information to the ATO so they know what's going on with your payroll activity. Payroll information includes salaries and wages, pay-as-you-go withholding, and superannuation. Previously, businesses would have to gather all their payroll records each year and submit an annual report. Now, you simply send a report after each payday. If you use online payroll software like Xero or QuickBooks, you should be able to handle the job easy. Just make sure it produces ATO compliant reports. And because you update the ATO on a pay-by-pay basis, you don't need to prepare a payment summary annual report anymore. You just need to click a few buttons in the software. As part of a new SDP initiative to reduce the reporting burden for employers who need to report information about their employees to the multiple government agencies, you'll need to start reporting more information through your single touch payroll, but it hasn't happened yet. This will likely include information around paid leave, allowances, overtime, and employment basis, such as full-time, part-time, or casual. But we'll know more information about this in January 2022. Next on the list of things to consider depends on whether you're setting up an e-commerce business or a service entity. If you're setting up an e-commerce business, you will need to choose a payment gateway to receive money from your website. Stripe, PayPal, and PayAdvantage are great options to have, and they integrate directly with Xero. If you're setting up a service entity, engagement letters are an essential part of the process. Having the right software solves a lot of these headaches. We recommend trying Adobe eSign, DocuSign, Quilla, or PandaDocs. Okay, next up, tax obligations. And I know the word tax is probably the last thing you want to talk about, but it's super important. New businesses tend to fail in year 3 of their business due to tax obligations. In the first year, new businesses are generally not profitable, so they do not need to pay taxes. This is because businesses are still getting started, trying to grow, paying wages, and reinvesting their money back into the business. The profit really comes in the 2nd or 3rd year, where income comes more consistently. But because you have to submit your 3rd quarterly BAS statement around the same time you lodge your company tax return, business owners are often hit with 2 types of taxes, GST and income tax. And you also get hit with the company taxes from last year and your current year's taxes in your BAS as well. And without proper planning, your company could sit with a serious cash flow problem, especially if you reinvested all your earnings into the growth and can't pay your tax obligations. So remember, every quarter you have to lodge a BAS statement, which means that you're required to pay GST obligations, which is 10% of your income on your sales. You also have to pay your PAYG withholding tax, which is income tax withheld on behalf of all your employees. We advise that you save at least 30 to 40% of your business income to pay for your taxes. If you made a good amount of profit, expect to pay that tax the following year. You'll also need to be wary of due dates for income tax liabilities, especially your company tax payment. All the dates are on the ATO's website, so get that schedule into your diary. Okay, so now we have the boring tax out of the way, the next thing you should be looking into is your business insurance. You just need to look at the year 2020 as an example of anything happening in a split second. If you don't have the right protection in place, it could be the difference between your business surviving a crisis or completely not. The 3 most common insurances are public liability, professional indemnity, and workers' compensation. Please note that I'm not an insurance broker, but I can give you general information about the insurances for businesses. Public liability insurance basically protects a small business against financial loss in instances where they have been found liable for damage caused to a third party's property or where another person has suffered injury or even death. On the other hand, professional indemnity insurance is designed to protect you and your business if you ever make a mistake as a specialized service or provided incorrect advice and the client sues you and the business. A workers' compensation policy provides cover for your workers in the event of the work-related injury or illness. It basically covers the cost of supporting your employee after they've been injured at work. Some of these insurances are compulsory, so make sure to have a look at our YouTube video, which breaks down everything you need to know about these insurances, how much they're going to cost you as well. Check them out here. Last but not least, the fun part, marketing. So, many businesses underestimate the need to market, but if I've learned anything, it needs to be on top of your priority list. Digital marketing offers an excellent approach to targeting a specific audience, but a few blog posts and a handful of social media posts aren't going to cut it. You need to focus on ranking your website and social media pages through SEO, email marketing, and even networking. And of course, you could go old school and work on your referral partners with friends and families and other business partners. The best thing we could suggest is to get help from people who do it best, a marketing agency. It's an investment that definitely pays off. If you're looking for a good marketing company, we recommend Social Wave. They take care of all our marketing and are a seriously great company to work with. I've left the details in the description below. So there you have it. Some of my top tax tips navigating the next steps after setting up your company. They're all super important aspects to get in order, so make sure to get on top of it as soon as possible. So if you need any more tax tips and tricks navigating the crazy world of business, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you guys next time.